Hello, folks. A question I get all the time is, hey, Anthony, what do you think is the best Honda snowblower model? What was the best Honda snowblower ever built? In my opinion, I think the HS80 is the best snowblower that was ever made. And I'll tell you why. They were built in 1987 and 1991, old style manual transmission that you have to shift. And when you consider, this is what I consider when I think about this. I've worked on hundreds of these. I've owned dozens of the 80s. I've sold them, sold many of them. And what I love about these things is their simplicity. They're really easy to work on. They're cheap. You can get these up in the Lake Tahoe area. There's hundreds and hundreds of them that are still working, and you can get them cheap in the off season. I think I got this for a couple $100 about 12 years ago. I've never done anything to it other than just routine maintenance. I've never had a breakdown. I've had dozens of these 80s. I've never had a broken cable. I've only had like one broken belt. I have never had a track break on these. If you own one of these older HS50s, 55s, 70s, or 80s, the tracks just don't break. I mean, unless you tear it on something, like a nail on the deck, I have never had to change a track on one of my older machines. It has a simple design. They're built like tanks. They're easy to work on. When I first started getting Hondas, I didn't know anything about them. So I started watching YouTube videos and everything. I bought the manual, the Honda shop manual. They're easy to work on. It's all mechanical. There's no, bells and whistles. There's no electronic joystick or any of that stuff. It's got a manual style, for the chute. It's got the manual transmission. You can still get the friction discs. Now, a lot of people say, hey, Anthony, you can't get parts for them. No, that's not true. Many of the parts are still available for this machine. And certain parts that are not available, they very rarely have a problem with. Like, I've never had a problem with the augers. If any people have brought me over augers that were cracked or something, I just weld them up. They're very sturdy. They might bend a little bit, but not as much as on the newer models. But this machine I've had no problems with. And what I do in the off season, I either buy parts machines really cheap, or I get them for free. So I've got several parts machines in the back. I have four of these, two that I use full time and two as backups. I might even sell them because I haven't used them in the last couple years. But these were made when Honda cared more about quality than quantity. If you look at this, it's got the chrome muffler. It has chrome handlebars. The metal seems to be thicker, stronger. Everything is built to last on this machine. So for a couple $100, you can have a great machine for years and years and years. Now, all you have to do is do some routine maintenance. You keep your cables lubricated. You keep everything, the oil changed every other year or so. That's what I do. And just take care of it, and it's going to last forever. So when you consider what value, several $200 or $300 compared to $4,000 or $5,000 for a brand new machine. It's easy to use. The ease of use, the ease of maintenance. Most of the parts you can still get. And if you can't, and if you have a parts machines like I do, and you have a little bit of know-how, which this channel comes in handy for. We have a lot of videos on working on these older machines, and you get the Honda shop manual, and it's really not that difficult, folks. You know, everything's still available for the engine. The belts are still available. Spark plugs, you know, oil. It's just, to me, it's really simple. You know, when I first started doing this, I didn't know anything about Honda snowblowers, and I just self-taught myself, and it wasn't that difficult, really. And another reason why I love these machines is that they're easy to customize. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, look at this beauty. This is a red, white, and blue Honda 80. I powder coated the housing, put stars on it. There's a gold one. Okay, let me see. This is a brown. This is a brown 80. I'm trying to get the glare off. Okay, here's the brown one. Here's a, what is this? Brown and red. You know, you can take the sides off and you can do the sides a different color. Let me see. Oh, here's one of my 80s. This is a hippie 80. I like customizing these 80s. Here's my Patriots 80, which I sold. It's blue and silver. See, the bucket sides are brown and the rest of it's red. I had the tank powder coated black, and I think the chute is brown also. So I just like making custom machines. The 80 is one of my favorites to customize. This was really popular. The gold one, okay. So, you know, I just love these 80s. They're just so much fun. They're lightweight. They're easy to use. And they're affordable. Now, don't let anybody tell you, you know, oh, Hondas are so expensive. Well, that's not true. You know, learn from this channel. And if I was, you know, I'm just going to keep my 80s forever. That's all there is to it. They're just great machines. I think it's the best Honda ever made. And that's my opinion, of course. Everybody has a different opinion on this. But thanks for watching, folks. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to show you what I think is the best Honda snowblower that was ever made. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.